The animal world. A vast magnitude of species of unimaginable variety. The creatures on this planet are truly astounding when you dare to take a closer look at the way they conduct their lives. But of all the creatures, there's one that stands out as the most unusual and fascinating of all, the Homo sapien. Hi, I'm Edwin Xavier. Let us now take a deeper look into the behavior of the wildest being of all, the human being. Our first encounter with this species comes in a familiar setting. Two males enjoying a day of relaxation. The first male seems to be in a deep meditative state, perhaps contemplating the source of its next meal. Our second male is deeply engrossed in entertaining himself in one of the most familiar ways known to man. Both males seem content in the situation. Let's now see what happens when a potential mate enters the picture. Her posture and presence emits a palpable odor into the air that the males are soon to recognize. Notice how she positions herself close, but not too close, to the potential mates. Our first male notices her immediately and begins to try to get a better look. Our second male has indeed taken a fancy to this particular choice. The males are totally engrossed in fantasy. And then disaster strikes. The males become aware of each other and competition is inevitable. The first male begins taunting the second. Even another nearby creature, a bird, tries to avoid the looming violence sure to follow. We notice that the female seems unaware of the situation. It is now when the tension begins to mount. The males lose interest in the female and begin focusing on the opposition, sending threatening noises to each other. A warning sign is the flaring of the nostrils. Notice the fist clenching. It is this point where there is no return. There is only one way to settle this. Then, with ferocity so quick we could only catch glimpses, the first male attacks with lightning speed. The fight has begun. The two males grapple on the ground, with the female thoroughly engrossed in her book. In contest, the larger species have the advantage of strength, but the smaller has the advantage of speed. Desperately fighting for her attention, the female seems indifferent. For a species that holds itself to be ultimately sophisticated, the two fight like their gorilla cousins. Enter a stronger, larger suitor to the territory. The males so engrossed in competition are unaware that their prize is about to exit with the alpha male. The large male has no trouble courting the female, and it is at this point when the fighting males seem to realize that their potential mate is no longer potential. We now see the two males question their actions, but it is to no avail. The mate has left the territory, and the males are left with nothing but each other and the memory of what they could have had. Competition is not saved solely for mating. Food is a large competition as well. Let us watch as this young female, desperate for nourishment, attempts to peacefully retrieve a meal. Oh, look at this. The other female has taken notice and flash, quicker than a cobra, snatches the snack from the clutches of its owner, and with lightning speed exits and runs away to enjoy her feast in privacy. And our young female is left to wonder where her next meal may come from. She tries to gain another snack, but is left with nothing. Cheer up, young one, there will be more. Let us now see how this species interacts with other species. Here we have our young female still hungry with a canine companion. Humans have a sense of security when it comes to dogs. Here we see our canine doing tricks for food. Though the human thinks she is superior, the dog has food, the human does not. Our canine companions also can make a human feel better when they are depressed or lonely. Now we get to see the real interaction. Notice how it appears that the human has control over the canine. She throws the object, the dog brings it back. And here we see the dog being led in circles by the human. But who has who trained? Now we see the tables begin to turn as the dog is leading the human. Humans also like to believe they have dominance. But look now. As the dog decides it is done playing, the human complies. And here we see the ultimate example of canines controlling humans, the belly rub. Human beings love to interact with their pets. Here we see a harmless show of affection between canine and human. But what does this look like from the dog's point of view? And this is the species that claims to be the smartest on the planet. The point of view changes the outlook. Normal and abnormal. In closing, the human being's fascinating interaction with other species, unusually intriguing eating habits, and its obtuse mating tendencies make it truly the most interesting being on the planet. This has been Discovery Zone with your host, Edwin Xavier.